Fourth law, good and evil do not offset each other. In our world, we often say using the merits offset faults, but this is not true with the law of causality. To do goodness is to plant good seeds in our hearts, and to do evilness is to plant evil seeds in our minds. Good seeds and evil seeds cannot offset each other. When conditions mature, each will have its own effect without getting mixed up. Nonetheless, good and evil cannot cancel each other out. They will affect each other. Doing good deeds and planting good causes now is a helping condition to the previous good karma we had planted. It will increase its effect. It also works as a buffering condition to the previous bad karma and weakens its effect. So after doing good deeds, if we continue to do so, our previous good causes will receive more and more helping conditions and become more and more powerful, making the good effects we receive become better and stronger. This is just like the Book of Changes, I Ching, 西辞 chapter states. One's prestige will not be achieved if his goodness is not cumulative. Only by accumulating good deeds continuously can a good reputation be achieved. In contrast, after doing evil deeds, if we repent and diligently do good deeds, the power of our bad seeds will be weakened little by little, and the evil retribution we shall receive will be lessened. This is lightening the retribution for a grave sin. On the other hand, the current evil karma we are creating is a helping condition to the evil seeds of the past. It will strengthen their influences and further act as an obstacle to the good seeds planted in the past to weaken their effects. So after we create evil karma, if we continue to do bad deeds, our previous bad karma will receive more and more helping conditions. Their power will become stronger and stronger until what we call wickedness to the fullest, and finally results in irreversible evil retribution in the future. As I Ching, 西辞 chapter states, one's perishment will not happen if his evilness is not accumulated. Only continuing to accumulate bad deeds will result in our self-destruction. Conversely, after doing good deeds, if we then do a lot of bad deeds, the strength of those good seeds will also be weakened, leading to the good effects that we receive becoming weaker. Prefer die to go one step west than live to reverse one step east. A historical example of Master Xuanzang in history perfectly interprets this law of good and evil do not offset each other. Master Xuanzang was smart and eager to learn when he was young. At the age of 13, he was able to give lectures in front of the public. When reading the classics of various Buddhist sects, he found that the sayings of each sect were different from each other. So he visited many temples to learn from senior monks with his elder brother, but still did not clear up the doubts he had. Xuanzang then aspired to go to Tianzhu, now India, to seek the Dharma and bring back sutras to translate. He said, "Only by accurately translating the original scriptures to clear up doubts can Buddhism continue to spread in the East and benefit the world." People said to him, "From ancient times to the present, few people have been able to cross the sinisterly changeable desert, quicksand, and snow-covered mountains, not to mention that the emperor of the Tang dynasty has issued an order to forbid people from going west. You must cherish your own life to promulgate Buddha Dharma." Master Xuanzang certainly knew that this journey would be full of sinister travails, but for the sake of Buddhism and all beings, he was resolved to embark on this journey of the West to seek the Dharma. The scorching sun in the desert was as hot as a branding iron, with the wind blowing every so often. The heat made him and his horse so tired and wondered if they had been lost. In that endless sandy desert, piles of nameless bones were the only guideposts. Phantoms of mirages swayed in front of them from time to time, Travailing each strenuous step, Master Xuanzang recited Heart Sutra wholeheartedly. Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, when practicing the profound prajna paramita. Realizing all of his water had gone, he thought of going back to get some more, yet at this moment he remembered his vow and told himself resolutely, I would rather die to go one step west than live to reverse one step east. After 5 days without a drop of water, Xuanzang finally collapsed. In semi-conscious, Xuanzang recited the holy name of Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva reverently and silently, praying that the Bodhisattva has mercy to all beings in the East and protects him to realize his wish of seeking Dharma on his westward journey. Suddenly, a gust of cool wind blew over. The horse, as if knowing the way, galloped to a spring of green grass. If it was not the manifestation of the Bodhisattva's compassion, how could it be possible that the water appeared in this vast desert? Finally, he arrived in a nation that believed in Buddhism. Deeply moved by Xuanzang's great aspiration, the king of Gaochang, sparing no effort, sent a delegation to escort him through the customs one city after another. When Master Xuanzang and the escort reached the all-year-round snow-capped towering mountains, fearing that the slightest sound would cause a violent avalanche, they clutched their bags and moved forward gently and quietly, with bowing gestures one by one. Bridging ropes between the steep cliffs and crawling on the cliffs of the abyss, they proceeded with extreme caution. Several monks and livestock who could not overcome the cold and starvation were still frozen to death on that high mountain. A significant achievement of translating sutras and an illness shortly before passing. Having gone through numerous ordeals and life-death dangers, Master Xuanzang finally arrived in Tianzhu. He studied various scriptures and treatises in Nalanda Temple. Later, he visited many masters in other areas and also sought out Sanskrit scriptures. Master Xuanzang studied in India for 12 years, receiving respect and recognition from all kings and Buddhist leaders. After coming back to China, he translated a significant amount of scriptures from Sanskrit into Chinese, making him the most influential translator in history, which prompted Mahayana Buddhism to be glorified in China. His contribution is incredibly tremendous and far-reaching in both India and China. With such remarkable achievements, Master Xuanzang still suffered from illness as death approached. He suspected and worried that it might have to do with mistakes in his translation of Buddhist sutras. That night, Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva appeared in his dream, assuring him that he had completed a perfect merit in translating Buddhist scriptures and comforting him.
Your retribution of this illness is caused by killing many people long kalpas ago when you were a king. Your great contribution cannot offset this karma, but has mitigated much of your grave sin into this light retribution.
The above is just a simple explanation of the relationship between good and evil karmas not being able to offset each other. In fact, the rules of causality are extremely intricate. It is not something that can be explained in just a few words. Even bodhisattvas and arhats have no way to fully understand it. Only Buddhas can. We hope that these laws of causality and their related stories can raise our vigilance. After all, it is very difficult to elevate our realms, but to fall downward is very easy. This is the horror of the 6 realms samsara. Thanks for watching. See you soon on the last law. Causality is not illusory and karma will not be eroded.